What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video where we are finally doing a little bit of an update from the last many months on the C5 Corvette. But first things first, I'm going to fire this thing up and take it to Detail and Dash in Superior, where they are going to go over the paint and do a full paint correction and a 7-year ceramic coating. The car is in good shape at a glance, but when you get close to it, it honestly is in tough shape. You're going to start to see scratches, swirls, you name it, all over the place. You can see it's hazy. There's quite a bit of paint correction to be done. But what I do know, after seeing everything that they've done in person, is that they're going to do an awesome job on this, and it's going to look great when it's all done. You know, the car's worked really well for me as kind of a track beater type of thing. Got a great deal on it when I bought it, and honestly, having a really good professional level detail on the exterior of the car is going to take it to a whole nother level, as well as giving people ride-alongs in it next year or this season, 2025, out at the racetrack. But first things first, I'll show you a little bit of the exterior on the car. We got a little bit of cone damage and whatnot here and there. Some rubber's been slung, and overall, just the general condition of it, it's a little bit lackluster. And honestly, when it comes back, this is really gonna pop. I know that. I've even had help from little ones on this a little bit. My son was up here. We took a funny picture the other day at the Motorhead Madness car show at the end. He was super stoked. We had a big day out in here. But for now, let's get a cold start and go for a quick ride in the Corvette while the streets are clear, and we're gonna go drop it off and get this thing worked on. We got a pretty decent power steering leak on this bad boy. That's something that's got to be addressed before the race season, but honestly, the car sounds really good. So, super fun car to drive. Very grateful to be able to wheel this thing really hard. I did pick up another set of wheels and tires on it from my buddy Simon at Proving Grounds this year, or what was the event formerly known as Proving Grounds. So, for those of you that don't know, the car does have a little LG Motorsports cam in it and some ported cylinder heads from way back in the day. The guy I bought it from doesn't recall where they were done. Dave, the prior owner of this car, who I got to know through the track a little bit, and who coincidentally had been racing out at the racetrack when it was the Apollo. So kind of a small world, and it came full circle, and I bought it from Dave and his wife Kat the last couple of years, 2 years ago now. And really enjoyed the car and been really good to it ever since. It's been an awesome car, so everything he did on it's been solid, and I'm proud to own it. But we got to get over to Detail and Dash, so let's hop on the GoPro and go for a quick drive. And we got really lucky. We just had a snowstorm a few days ago, and the roads are already cleared. It really doesn't look like they put much down for salt, so I don't feel bad about driving at this point. I mean, there's a little bit, but everything's pretty dry, so not a big deal. Especially being the plastic fantastic that a C5 is. And just like that, we've arrived. Party of the day, we're doing a little car swap. Evo, they just finished wrapping here, and satin white is all done. And the Corvette's gonna go into what I think is like the wash bay right now. But when I pulled in yesterday, it actually three-wheeled down this little bit. I almost got stuck. It's a low car and kind of a steep approach, so kind of funny. This is a working shop right now. There's a guy drying off a Wagoneer behind me, but I was trying to show you guys what the paint is really like, and it doesn't show with just those LED wall lights or the ceiling lights up above. I got here this inspection light by one of the guys, and it shows it a lot better, honestly. So that'll give you a better idea of what it really looks like. It's pretty hammered, and you can't catch it with the camera without a good light. So this is after doing some work to the top. It came out really, really well so far, but he's gonna do one more heavy cut on it. And it seems like, you know, when you do any detailing, you're gonna get 90% of the way and it's gonna be really good. But there's always this last like 10% that's gonna be very hard to get. And this is never gonna be like perfect. I think those scratches are very deep. You have to like wet sand it and then cut it. And I know people clear coat it, so this is a little bit more accessible as far as like refinishing the top than what I think other people normally do. So it's gonna come out way better than it was. So this is kind of what I was trying to show you before, is all those swirls and hazing, it's like 90% gone here, and that's what the goal is. So 100% could take literally 10 times the amount of labor. So for what the car is, this is gonna be an excellent finish at the end of the day. Good to see he's still working on this side, so they're still buffing compound here. And then nothing else has been done on the car really. They're just getting to this point with it now. But it's going to be pretty good. It's going to show very well. Truck getting graphicked here, and they're debadging a Jeep in the other room here too. I'll show you that quick when it sounds like it's quiet. So Corvette's starting to look super strong right now. It's only not even noon yet, so we're not halfway into the day. And also working on a Jeep today. And I'll show you, I think there's an Evo still outside. They did a satin white wrap on. So all sorts of stuff they offer here right in Superior on Winter Street. This Jeep's gonna get debadged and de-chromed and stuff like that, I guess. So probably won't be able to see the end of it, but it's gonna look pretty cool when it's all done. So we're on the Limited logo on the back now. And if anybody hasn't seen it before, he's like, is that just fishing line or piano wire?
Yeah, it's just fishing line.
So he's a little bit of fishing line, and he's got a heat gun going, so debadging that, and it's gonna look brand new debadged when it's all done. So that's gonna look super cool. Blacked out, blacked out. But yeah, the car's looking super good right now, honestly. It's harder to tell in video, but it's like going to be 90% good when it's all done. There'll be a little bit here and there that's left, but there's deeper stuff that's just not going to come out without, I don't know, 100 times the labor hours in it. So honestly, the car's going to show super, super good. Top turned out really good too, honestly.
Yeah, I was happy with how that looks too.
Yeah, it looks way better.
Perfect, but
no, it's I don't know, 100 times better almost.
So this is our paint protection film from Ceramic Pro. It's 8 mils thick, has a 12-year warranty, self-healing, scratch resistant, pre-ceramic coated. So it's the best in the industry, honestly. It comes in 2 parts. I just took the top piece off the cap sheet that protects it during shipping, and then it separates from the backer here. And so that's what we will install as soon as we prep the Corvette top here with a little bit of soapy water, and then we'll get to installing it.
Yep. So I've never seen this done, and I don't think people really get like how labor intensive is to PPF something. So this is a Targa top off the Corvette, obviously, but to do like a whole car or front end or whatever, it's a scale and it's definitely labor intensive and it's expensive to get, you know, like a good quality PPF. The material alone is very expensive. It's kind of surprising, honestly. So we'll see what this looks like when it's all done. It's going to come out better than I'd hoped for sure, but this top is pretty damaged, so this is something like maybe manage expectations on a little bit, but the top is in pretty tough shape. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a lot better than it was when it got here. So not only that, it will be protected too, which is cool. So
I took the backer off, so that's just on the floor, that's garbage. And now I'm getting the adhesive wet with soapy water. Get the surface a little wet. And then I'll be able to pick up the piece.
So that piece is like it's like sandwiched between two pieces of like a shipping layer and then the backer, you're saying? It's kind of in the middle?
And
okay.
This is the actual
So
piece of paint protection film right here.
Okay.
Put it on the vehicle. If you have another person, typically it helps.
Sure.
A little easier to install it.
Right, and I'm being super helpful right now,
It's
so.
okay. And then, so it goes on completely wet. You can see all the water underneath it. And then as soon as you squeegee the water out, that's when the adhesive will activate.
So this is kind of like if you've seen people tint before, this is what looks familiar to me. You know,
Yep, same
if
thing.
anybody's seen tinting.
Same thing, so like if you're familiar with tinting, or these are called fingers. People will call these fingers.
These little things here?
Yep, they look like fingers coming out of the film.
Sure.
So that's where you need to stretch it to get it to adhere to the shape better.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, if you didn't stretch it, or if like for tint, if you don't shrink tint, this will happen on like a rear window, like your Corvette.
Yeah.
Before you shrink the tint, it looks like this, and then you shrink it to the curvature, and then these fingers go away, and then the film will stay for a long period of time rather than coming off prematurely. So like technically you can install window tint without shrinking it, but then over time the heat's going to make it buckle because you pre-shrink it.
That's when you see it shove as like big white streaks in it and whatever.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Like those. Yeah.
Or like a back window that is all bubbly. That wasn't properly shrunk, so then it buckles over time, and then so that's why another reason why it matters where you go.
Oh, for sure.
Go somewhere that knows what they're doing, and is that, you know, that's going to do it right.
Well,
it's a pretty flat hood, so this is going to go on pretty straight, but then it's as easy as squeegeeing all that water out.
Well, and to your point, like about cost, I found it's something you learn over time, and it really sinks in. Like maybe as you get older, it's like you do pay for what you get. So somebody's gonna do it for a tenth of the price of somewhere else. You should probably wonder how it's so cheap.
Yes.
It's more likely not the same quality product when you're done, start to finish. Like, probably.
There's typically a reason.
Yeah, and that's like a rule. It seems to be, you know.
You can see how these want to pop up on me.
Yeah, they keep creeping back up onto the panel.
Yep, that'll happen.
You can see them keep coming back and back just a little bit. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I've never seen this done, so.
So you can imagine on this hood, or this roof.
Yeah, it's same idea as a hood, right? So.
That's like that little mark right there that was in there. But look, it basically got rid of every other imperfection. You can already see it.
What he was saying is that there's little things in here like that maybe with sap or some damage. It's going to show through it. It's not out of the base material. So you're going to see stuff, and that's completely expected if it's not a perfect finish under it. So this is going to be perfect for what it is.
Which is why we like really emphasize like when it's new, that is the best time to protect it. Because then let's say you got this on when this was brand new, none of this would happen.
Yep.
Even if you, let's say, did get let's just say you got 100 drops of sap on this and let it sit and bake in the sun for 5 years. Worst case scenario, take the PPF off. So obviously an extreme example, but then what we'll do is we'll take tack, so this is going to help the film bite down, so all these little fingers, hopefully, will be able to bite down once this tack solution is in there. So you can see how they're not really wanting to creep back up anymore.
Yeah, not nearly like they were.
Yeah, so then this is why we're gonna have it sit and dry overnight, because this little tiny baby stuff right here, the moisture is always gonna prevent that from fully tacking. So we'll let this edge dry out and then fully secure the edge.
Gotcha.
And this same thing, we're bridged here with the film. So this is never gonna lay down, of course, because it's bridged here. So until we make our relief cut, then we'll be able to sink this.
Okay, it's because the drip edge is out here or whatever. So okay, so you can get it under it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'll do the same thing. Spray that tack solution in there.
Yeah, you're very liberal with it. I wouldn't have done that.
Because we want to flush the soap out. So.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I would not have considered that. Okay.
Just because we want the. Just as, like when we put the slip on so that it moves around and we can kind of maneuver it, but as soon as we don't want it to move, that's when we want to flush that soap out and get it to stick down or tack down.
So is the point of the soap, you basically, it's making it float on the material you're trying to actually have it bond to?
I'm preventing the adhesive from sticking. Yep, absolutely.
Gotcha, okay. Huh, interesting. Yeah, this is it's its own art. I don't think it'd be a pretty big learning curve on your own without having any sort of like formal training or YouTube or having someone show you how to do it. It's a skill for sure.
Totally. Yeah, that's why we're certified to install this, and I was squeegeeing it also or something.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna trim your excess here, just so it'll help the film dry out. And like I said, over the next couple hours, we'll work this film down more and more.
Sure. Yeah, the next time we'll pick up on this part of the segment, it'll be done, because I gotta take off for the day here pretty quick, but you'll see this when it's a finished product on the car or not. But.
Yeah, this is PPF, it's very strong, very, very strong.
Oh, wow. That's funny, because you're very strong. Like, I think most people couldn't tear that. That's kind of amazing. It's like trying to open packaging from Walmart, like on stuff. Like, you actually can't do it.
And like for puncture resistance, this might go through it too, just because it's a standalone. But like, you can imagine a rock hitting your front bumper, you know?
Yeah, you had to really push on that.
That's how much it takes to go through it. And I'm like free floating the film. You can imagine if this was pressed up against your bumper, that like just an impact. You know, it's probably like a rock hitting, right?
Yeah, it's not really gonna go through.
And it's barely puncturing the film.
Yeah, you might not be able to see on video. There's little nib marks on it, but not much.
Yeah.
Not like something that would just annihilate your bumper or mirror.
Right,
you know, it would help for sure. Yeah, it would definitely help.
But yeah, this is thick stuff.
Yeah.
Really thick.
Yeah, it shows. I'm really excited to see how this is gonna look. It's gonna look awesome, honestly. You know, it looks like a way on camera, but in person, just seeing it throughout the day, it's gonna look almost brand new. Like, it really will. Especially just at a glance, if you're walking by it, you can't tell. And then a couple little, there's damage on it. Again, I said it 10 times, but there is damage. So some of that you're just not gonna fix. So, you know, without going crazy.
Right. Just trying to make sure that I'm getting all this moisture out before I walk away from it. Feeling these little fingers that are refusing to go down. And heat them up.
So you're heating this up to displace the soap out of it in the solution?
Yep, and it makes the film like a little bit more malleable.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of like a two-step thing.
Okay.
And then if it's gonna behave, then those fingers should not come back up.
So you'd see like, again, I can only like it seeing tint. I feel like most people have seen tint, not this, but people would use like a heat gun or a torch even you've seen probably like on glass. So yeah, it's kind of the same idea
so like
then.
These front fingers here, so like you just take a little steam.
Can you overdo it with the steam? Like you
I guess to a point, probably, but like not really. That's what's nice about using steam as opposed to a heat gun.
Yeah.
It's introducing a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that little mark that was under there.
Makes it look nice.
Yep.
No.
And now it's minimal right now.
We'll let this dry and then we'll flush cut this edge and it'll be perfect.
So it keeps lifting because there's moisture under it. Is that really what does
and
it?
we installed it 10 minutes ago.
Okay, so it's super fresh
after
too.
a 12-hour overnight cure, you would have to really try to pull it off the front of it.
Gotcha. Camera, I was just telling Zach here that I'm really excited to see how this top is actually going to look when it's all done. I think it's going to look like brand new, and maybe even under it. I know I showed a video of what it was like before, but after I think it's going to look really good. So basically, I think I am falling in love with the car over again. Like, it's been really fun, and I really like driving it, but it was always a beater. Like, in tough shape, not afraid to park it in mud puddles, and you know, let my kid walk on the roof and whatever. But now, I don't know. It's like car show quality, so it's different. It does change the way you look at like how you feel about your vehicle. So I'm really excited about this after seeing it for the whole day and the process it went through. It's gonna look like brand new.
So that's what I was talking about, pre-ceramic coated.
There it is, yeah.
From Ceramic Pro. It'll be easy to clean, almost as if it was ceramic coated.
I see that. Yeah, the water's all beading up. You should probably be able to see it all through here, but it's hydrophobic like ceramic coat. So this is pre-coated. Yep. Is what you're saying? Okay.
And that's another cool feature of Ceramic Pro's film. It's going to have that already built into it where you don't have to get it after the fact.
Sure. Which again, you spend a little more out of the gate for the product, but you do save time and money in other ways, right? So it's kind of built into it. But yeah, well, that's it for this segment. I'll show you guys what this is like when it's all done, but I think it's going to look awesome, and I think you guys will too. So we'll see you when we got a finished product here. Bam! Check that thing out. That car right there looks, I don't know, 100 times better than it did when I dropped it off. I mean, for real. It is red, so it's going to be kind of hard to tell in video. It's different in person. Like, the car really glows now, and I experienced the same thing doing that on the Pewter W06 that I sold a couple years ago, but man, does that red pop now. Zach's gonna go over what was done to the exterior, the top, the wheels and everything, but this is really my first look at it, and I'll show you guys a little bit of B-roll of it while he's talking about the products and processes used on this. But I'm here to pick it up and take it home and get ready for its next couple of repairs and its next adventures, and basically it's got a new lease on life looking at it. I mean, this car's at 99 with like 130,000 miles, and honestly, it shows very well and it looks the part, especially with the C5Z wheels and being all tinted and starting to get some decals on it. And I got a couple more to add here coming up. So anyway, let's see what Zach's got to say about it, and we'll see you guys in the next segment.
So when it got dropped off, it's a 99, so it had years and years of car wash damage, improper washing damage, rock chips up on the front end of the vehicle as well. Typically, when we do a ceramic coating, our 7-year package, we would do a one-step paint correction and then apply the ceramic coating after the paint correction is done. So what we did for Brian's vehicle is we did a 2-step correction just to try and get it as perfect as we possibly could, and then after that paint correction was done, then we installed the ceramic coating. Typically we would just do a 1-step paint correction that's included in our 7-year, but we wanted to try and get it as perfect as possible for you. And then we did paint protection film on your roof, and then a permanent ceramic coating on your rims. Typically in the 7-year package, we would do a 7-year coating on the rims, a 7-year on the paint, and then a 1-year on the glass. And that would be about $1,335 on your vehicle for the one-step paint correction. With the additional stuff that we did on your vehicle, came to around $2,000 as a total, with the paint protection film, the 2-step correction, and then the additional permanent ceramic on the rims. So we went above and beyond on that one. So that's what you could expect if like you brought that vehicle in and we were to do that exact service again. But standard is about $1,300 to $1,600 for a 7-year package.
Yeah.
A one-step paint correction.
Well, so I did some of the mental math on it, knowing that a lot of people may do this in their house or their garage, and I've done it before on the Firebird that was on the channel prior, and it turned out great. But also on something like that, I'm going to have something like 20 or 30 hours of my own time and do it, and then you're buying all the products. So if you use good products, you're paying good money for it too. So the cost for having it done starts going down and down and down, really, when you think about it. It's really a good price, I thought, or a good value to have it done and done professionally. I mean, obviously. So,
yeah, and the thing too is like our coatings, you can't buy them at the store. They're professional grade, and they come with a warranty. They're matched to your VIN number. They show up on a Carfax report, which is super cool. So like, let's say you sell
that
the
is
vehicle,
cool. Yeah.
You know, let's say you sell it in 5 years and whatever. If you decide to do that, then you could show the reports like, hey, this is what I had done, almost like a mechanic. And you can look back and say, well, this was taken care of. You know, it has this coating on it. It's going to last for this long. These are the benefits from it. So I would say it actually would increase the value of your vehicle, which, of course, you would never get from a store-bought product or anything like that. And then the peace of mind knowing it was installed professionally and that you're taken care of if anything ever goes wrong. You'll never have to wax it again. So
it changes the way you care for your car too.
Totally.
Like,
it's totally different.
Anyway, where's the best way that people can find you?
You can find us on our website. That's has a bunch of information on there of everything I just discussed. Detailanddash.com. You can also find us on Instagram, Detail and Dash Ceramic Pro Elite, and on Facebook, Detail and Dash. So you can reach us on there, inquire if you'd like. Otherwise, just give us a call or swing by the shop. We're in Superior on Winter Street. Yeah, so I spent the whole day yesterday here with Zach, and he's the guy behind the phone. So if you call, he's going to be answering. So he's been running around like a chicken with his head cut off. So if it takes a couple rings, it's one guy behind the curtain here. So give him a call. I got treated really good, and car looks awesome. So we'll pick up the segment back in the garage to finish out today's video. Well, there you have it, guys. Car's back home and looking super strong under the garage lighting. One thing I did want to cover that we didn't go over, while I was actually having some microphone issues on this with Mr. Zach over at Detail and Dash, is that not only do you get this upfront service and everything, but there is aftercare too. So in 2 weeks, I am scheduled to go back and get its first wash and a re-coat, I guess as it would be, as this cures. So that's included in the price. You go back for another hour or so service, and they also include a little gift bag. So, you know, you do spend, when you spend a couple of bucks on getting your car looking right and tight, you're actually treated very well there, which is something that, you know, it's nice to see. And honestly, if you do any business in any capacity anywhere in your life, you're going to find that, you know, a lot of places just seem to want to beat the Mario coins out of you and don't really care how you feel about the service or not. And honestly, you know, this is something that I got a really, really incredible deal on. If I were a customer for this, I'd be stoked on it. Honestly, it looks great. So in my mind, the next candidate is this car. This car in particular, knowing how they go through and do everything, I have 100% confidence that this car would come out looking amazing. You know, the Camaro was really the nice car in the garage right now until this car got worked over. And my God, does that look just nice. It almost looks wet sitting there, and it never looked like that. You know, even clean. So again, video doesn't really do it justice or anything. This was not wet sand type paint corrected, but it was a 2-stage correction, and it shows. So you guys that watched the channel for a while know that I did this on a couple of cars on film. So the black C6Z06, the pewter metallic Firebird. I forget anything else off the top of my head, but a couple we did the full video on, and this turned out better than I've ever done it. So you do get what you pay for when you work with pros. So at the end of the day,
Got me looking at that one a little bit different. That's a great looking car, and it would look even better completely dialed in and detailed. But that's a discussion for another video. So I hope you guys liked today's video. The Corvette is looking slick, and I'm really excited to show it off in person for the coming years. It's going to look great during my ownership because trying to keep things looking decent. Hope you guys liked today's video. As always, if you want to support people that support us, check out Detail and Dash's socials. Get a hold of them online through their Facebook page, website, or their phone number. A little dirty, but just to be expected. Get a hold of them. They're going to treat you right. Make sure you mention the racetrack. Get you hooked up with a good, clean vehicle. But if you want to directly support the track, as always, you can give this video a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel for more content. Sharing, it's free. If you want to support us directly, you can go to the link in our website and pick up a hoodie or a t-shirt, coffee mug, you know, you name it. We got stickers on there. Or better yet, come out to the track in person. We just posted our calendar of events on our website and Facebook page, and hope to see you guys in person this summer out at BRMP. That's all I got for today's video. We'll see you guys in the next one.